everyone. Hope you're all having a good day. Today I wanted to show you some of my music collection. Hope you enjoy. First I wanted to start with my record players. I got this one for my birthday. I don't know what brand it is, but it works pretty well and I like it a lot. This next one is a Radiola record player from 1967. I don't use it that much because the speakers are really quiet, but I really like it still. This is the record player I use the most. It's a His Master's Voice record player with speakers, and considering how old it is, it works pretty well. These are my Beatles records. This is the first Beatles record I got and it's pretty much just a collection of songs from 1967 to 1970. Abbey Road has to be one of my favorite Beatles albums. I think Golden Slumbers and Something are some of my favorite songs from this album. Help Us my favorite Beatles album. I also thought that the movie was really good too. My favorite songs would have to be Ticket to Ride and Yesterday. A Hard Day's Night was the first Beatles movie I had seen and I think this album is really good too. Magical Mystery Tour is yet another Beatles album that was also based on their movie. I really like this album because of how different it was to anything the Beatles had done previously. My favorite songs are probably Blue Jay Way and I Am the Walrus. Please Please Me was the Beatles' first studio album and I think it is a really good record. I think my favorite songs from this album are I Saw Her Standing There and Boys. The White Album is the Beatles' biggest album. It has 30 songs and took about 5 months to record. My favorite songs from this album are While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Blackbird and Julia. This was the first Queen record I got given to me. I think I listened to this one song on repeat for about 3 weeks. The Night at the Opera is definitely Queen's most popular album. It had songs such as Bohemian Rhapsody and Love of My Life. My favorite songs from this album are I'm in Love with My Car and 39. This was the first Queen record I purchased. I think it has a great collection of songs and the advertisement was great.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Yes, have you got any other DVDs on sale other than Queen's Greatest Video Hits 2?
No.
Oh, why not?
Well, it's the only DVD worth buying. It's got 19 digitally remastered videos, 5.1 surround sound, audio commentary, and over 3 hours of bonus material.
But what if you don't like Queen? Queen, Greatest Video Hits 2. It's the only DVD worth buying.
Can I go to lunch now?
No, you can't.
News of the World is probably my favorite Queen album. I love the artwork on the cover and I think all of the songs are very unique and different. They all stick out to me for different reasons. The Next Day was the first Bowie album I had purchased. My favorite songs from this album are Valentine's Day and Where Are We Now. This album is definitely my favorite album ever. It really influenced me when I was younger, and continues to do so. I love everything about this album and the songs on this album are all incredible. Hunky Dory is another really good Bowie album. I think what I like so much about David Bowie is just how different and influential he was. This is my favorite Led Zeppelin album. I also have a few Elton John albums. The Caribou album was one of the first albums I bought and I really like this album. This album has to be one of the most nostalgic albums for me. I love the illustrations on the cover and in this album. I think my favorite songs are probably Candle in the Wind, Sweet Painted Lady, and Benny and the Jets. This is another really good Elton John album with really nice artwork on the cover. I think it really stands out. This is my favorite Rolling Stones album. I love these albums that fold out. I just think it's really cool. This Michael Jackson album does it too, and I also really like this album. I have this single from the Thriller album which I really like too. I also have quite a few Jackson's albums. Had to be my favorite musical. I think Jeff Wayne and David Essex's take on the musical is incredible. And I also it has really nice artwork. Have quite a few singles, but I won't go through all of them. Quick intermission of Ziggy being adorable.
Why you no pay attention to me? Do not touch me, peasant. I will destroy you. Grrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr track.
I'm going to try and go through these next ones as quickly as possible. I don't listen to a whole lot of ABBA, but I have a few records which I like quite a bit. I also really like these Stevie Wonder albums, and he was definitely another very inspirational artist for me. This isn't my favorite Carole King album, but I do really like it. I have this album which I really like too. This is probably my favorite Neil Young album. I love this collaborative record. I think both singers are really incredible. I don't listen to a whole lot of Lionel Richie, but I do really like this album. Double Fantasy and Imagine are definitely my two favorite Lennon albums. I think they're both really incredible, and I really love John as a solo artist too. Band on the Run is probably my favorite Wings album. I really like all of these songs. This is also a really amazing album. I only recently started listening to Fleetwood Mac, and I honestly wish I had done it sooner. They're such an amazing band, and I really love all of these albums. This and Out of the Blue are my favorite ELO albums. I think that they're a really unique band. I really want more Eric Clapton albums, but this collection of songs are really good and I listen to it a lot. I have quite a few Dire Straits albums and I only started listening to them recently, but I think Mark's guitar work is really incredible. This is literally the only album from this band that I've heard, but I think it's a really good album and I should definitely listen to more of their music. This is another really nostalgic album for me. I like this one a lot. I have this album because yes, I don't listen to a lot of Prince, but this is a really good album. Also like a few other of his songs too. I really like The Cure and I definitely need more of their albums. But I think this song is amazing. I don't really listen to Phil Collins, but I have these. This Rod Stewart album is so good. I really love all of these songs. The Sound of Music is another one of my favorite musicals. This is the only Elvis record my dad let me take from his collection. Now on to CDs. Don't worry, there isn't that many. I only have this Bowie one which I got a few years ago, and it has some really good songs on it. I also have a few Beatles and Queen CDs too. All of Lady Gaga's albums. On this album I probably like Born This Way, Hair, You and I and ShEe. The Fame is one of my favorite albums of hers. I really like all of the songs on this album. Her new album Chromatica is absolutely incredible. I seriously think it is one of my favorite albums right now. Joanne was such a good album. It was so personal, and I liked how different it is from most of her other music. Stegma got me this album and it is also one of my favorite albums of hers. I also have a few Elton CDs. I have this Michael one which I think is really good, and I also have this one which Stegma also gave me, and then I have War If the World's on CD because yes,